We're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV channel and the live Q&A tonight.
Welcome, Barb.
Hey, welcome everyone. We're going to be doing a live chat, and Ed's got some exciting things in store for us during the live chat, and we'll be answering your questions tonight. So just leave them in the chat.
Yeah, so we're going to have our glass chat tonight, Barb. It's been a beautiful day here in South Carolina. The temperature was about 87 degrees. It's breathable and actually stomachable. We could actually enjoy it a little bit today. So glad to see everybody here tonight. Thanks for checking in. We're going to kind of get your questions ready for us, and we're going to try and answer your questions about this beautiful, beautiful medium we call stained glass.
So Mimi is here. She said she's having to watch it on TV, so she won't be able to do any comments. But those of you who are tuning in, we do have a question of the day if you'd like to put in the comments.
Yeah, so the question of the day is, I'd like to know, and so would Barb, we would like to know what style glass cutter that everybody in our audience uses. You know, whether it's a pencil style glass cutter, a pistol grip, a palm grip, or even the old school Fletcher ball, regular glass cutter. Let us know what you use or what you prefer to use. Many of you, like myself, use a couple different cutters depending on what you're working with. But anyway, hey, let us know. That's the question. And I'll be bringing it back up in a little while as soon as more people tune in.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Larry. CM is here. Me, Mike is here. And Mary Beth is here.
Hey, everybody.
Larry is from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the hot air balloon capital of the world. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny because I was looking up hot air balloon festivals, and of course the one in Albuquerque comes up first, but I didn't know that we have a hot air balloon festival here in Charleston, South Carolina. I had no idea. Yeah. So we're thinking about going next year. We didn't know. We
could jump in Artie and go to Albuquerque, but it might be about $5,000 worth of gas right now.
Yeah, we're kind of staying close to home. Mike said he alternates between the pistol grip and the pencil grip. Mary Beth is here. Let's see. Stephanie says pistol grip.
Okay, Stephanie. Yeah, I remember.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I remember Stephanie liked the pistol grip when she was here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Stephanie took a class here a couple years ago.
Yeah, so we have.
She's a pro now.
That's right.
She does beautiful work.
Yeah, she does.
Julie Graves is here, pistol grip, but she would like to try a pencil cutter. Daniel is here from Florida.
Hey, Daniel, thanks for tuning in.
Larry said he uses a pistol grip.
Okay. Well, you know, the pistol grip a lot of times is definitely more comfortable for you, and it requires a lot less pressure because of the way your hand and your wrist are all tied into the pistol grip itself. So, yeah, the pistol grip cutter is very ergonomically designed as opposed to the pencil grip cutter. But I cut a lot of straight everything, especially in the warehouse. So I keep my pencil grip cutter in my pocket all the time, and I end up using it most of the time on the light box too. However, I will get out the pistol grip when I'm doing a lot of patterns, because it seems to me the pistol grip is much easier to control and what I call drive around the pattern. So
your hand doesn't get quite as tired.
Yeah, it doesn't get quite as tired.
Larry uses a pistol grip. CM uses pencil style. Daniel is here from Florida, and he says he uses a pistol grip and a super cutter. And let me see if I missed any here. Christina's from Long Island, and she's new here. CSIM 115.
Great. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Christina. We appreciate it.
What is a cushion grip with a pencil grip? Me, Mike wants to know. Cushion grip with a pencil grip? Did you say?
Yeah, well, they make a little cushion grip that fits on your pencil cutter. It's basically like the foam that you would put on around your pencil when you write with it a lot. It's just a foam grip. But also there's one that clips on it, okay, and it allows you to put a little more pressure on it on the back side of your pencil grip cutter. It's kind of like it just kind of fits right back here, and you can you can put a little more pressure from here rather than putting pressure with your thumb and your index finger.
Patrick says he uses a pencil grip, but would like to try the Toyo custom grip.
Oh, yeah, the Toyo custom grip is a nice, it's a palm cutter, and it's really, I think it's comfortable. I just am not very comfortable with it cutting long straight lines for tabletops and stuff.
No, you definitely couldn't do that with a pencil grip.
No,
I don't think.
No,
I mean a cushion.
A cushion grip. So, but this is my pencil cutter, and I just use that. I'm just going to let it sit right there.
Well, they can't see it.
They can't see it.
Do you want me to show it to
No, I'll show it to them right here. This is what I use like 9 days out of 10 and 9 hours out of 10 hours.
C. Sim says pistol grip here.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's,
yeah.
You know,
so
because everybody has a different.
Yeah, if you're cutting a lot of glass, you probably need a different cutter so that fatigue in your hand, it's not the same repetition over and over again. You can kind of go from one to the other, and then your hands don't get so
they don't get cramped up or tired, you know, because after you've been cutting glass all day, the palm of your hand is a little sore, and the outside edge and the V in between my thumb and my index finger is a little sore. But I don't get blisters anymore because there's too much calluses. That's over. That stuff is long gone.
That's right. Okay, we had a question come in earlier this week. If you all have a question, just write it in the chat. Pam says she uses a pistol grip. Pam Frederick.
Okay.
So we have a kind of half and half pistol grip and pencil grip.
Yeah, it seems to me like, well, and a lot of it may depend on what you learned how to cut glass on. Mm-hmm. But the main thing is that you're cutting glass with what's comfortable in your hand, what fits you. And that's why you cut glass well, because you've probably picked a cutter that fits you well. So,
Kat St. Jane is here. Hi.
Hey, good to have you.
How you doing? Okay, well, I had a question come in. The viewer said their iron gets hot, but it's slower and it won't melt the solder. They say it's hot.
It's hot, but it won't melt the solder. Well, it's not getting hot enough. So a lot of times what will happen is that, believe it or not, is that you can burn your tip out. The other thing is if you're using an iron that has a tip that you can replace in it, you need to make sure that tip is all the way in the iron where it belongs, because there's a heating element here and your tip is copper, and that heating element transfers the heat to the copper transfers the heat to the tip, which in turn melts your solder. So if your iron's getting hot, it's not hot enough to melt solder. And if you're not using a rheostat, then I suggest you get a rheostat and then get a new tip for your iron and get a new iron and start from scratch with that, because you probably have burned out the tip in your, let's just say you have a mica iron. Those tips are interchangeable and they do burn out periodically. So
yeah.
I hope that's maybe the answer to the question, but you know me.
A couple different things.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a couple different things, but the main thing is, first thing, check, make sure that tip is inside the iron where it belongs, because heat doesn't jump like lightning or electricity. Okay, so
yeah, you have to have that connection.
It has to have that connection so that it can transfer the heat through the copper to the tip, which in turn will allow you to solder.
Did I say hi to Kat St. Jane?
You sure did. Okay. But thanks for tuning in. And that's a good question. So everybody check your irons. Remember, those tips do move and they come out so you can replace them. So what's to say they can't move away from the heating element and not work correctly? Think about it. Check it out. Check your iron next time you use it.
So Daniel Schmelter said, do you use Toyo tap cutter head? Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
I use a Toyo cutter head. I use what's called a TC10.
TC10.
That's what I use. I use the TC10 cutter head from Toyo. And actually, believe it or not, honestly, y'all, I have had that same cutter head on this same cutter for 20 years. That's half the time that we've been married. I don't know what I did with my first glass cutter.
How did you keep that cutter for so long?
Because I keep it in my pocket, and in this shop, Barb, we have wooden floors, so if I drop it, it usually doesn't hurt it. It usually won't hurt it because it is, we do have wood floors rather than concrete floors. So.
Karen's here.
Hey,
Karen.
Good to see you. And hey, thanks for those compliments today, young lady.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate that very much.
Kat said, St. James said that iron could need to be retinned.
It could be. And if the tip isn't heating, check it and make sure that tip is inside the iron where it belongs, and then snug that set screw back up. And because they do move, and they'll just quit working on you. It'll be warm, the iron will be hot, but the tip would be ice cold.
Another question that came in, and this came in last week too, but I wanted to go ahead and get it answered.
Okay, well, that's all right.
They say their line, it wasn't the same question, but they said their lines are uneven and are different widths when they solder it together. Skinny fat.
Well, you know what that means? That tells me that you're not taking the time to make sure that copper foil is centered on every piece of glass the exact same way. It's getting fat on one end, silly on the other. And you have to make sure that everything has to go into play. Foiling doesn't work unless the glass is cut correctly. If the glass is cut correctly, now you need to move on to learning how to foil the glass correctly. That's 7/32. You have 1/8 of an inch. You have a 32nd of an inch on each side for that foil to fold over, and that should be a nice, neat line. And if you do it on both pieces, your solder joints will all be the same. But if you're not taking the time to foil the glass correctly, then you're just basically skipping an entire step. So let's go ahead and get those. If you're going to take the time to cut the glass correctly, then take the time to foil it the correct way.
Yep. Save a lot of heartache.
Saves a lot of heartaches, and your solder will look the same all the way down.
Okay.
Straight lines are tough anyway, and if you don't do it right, they're going to show every bit of it.
Well, it's a good thing that we're coming out with a new soldering video, because I had a lot of soldering questions come in this week, and one more for tonight.
Okay, so we're coming out with a new soldering video, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, we've been working on it, and we hope it's going to be a good one. We want to give you something new and different. Okay, and so the one more question about soldering.
Okay.
They're soldering irons, sputters, and spats and
spits at them.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about this a million times.
A million times, and there are videos within that 100 video repertoire that we have that will explain it to you as well. However, here's the deal. If you're soldering and it's spitting and sputtering and bubbling and all that, lighten up on the flux a little bit, okay? You don't have to pour flux on copper foil in order to get it, or lead for that matter, to get it to make your solder stick. Flux is an acid that cleans the copper foil, and it gives and makes like a base for the solder to stick to. So you don't need a lot of it. If you're using that much flux, we need to get stock in the flux company, because we'll all be making some money pretty soon. But so just think about it. Soldering doesn't require a lot of flux, nor does it require a lot of solder. So,
if the glass isn't the same thickness, it would change the foil, right?
It would change the foil, yes, but you need to be aware of that. So if you're using a little bit thicker glass, then what you need to do is switch to 1/4 inch foil, which is just another 32nd of an inch, and usually that'll make up that difference. But if it's not centered, it's not going to help you.
Jason is here, and he says, hello, everyone. Nana and Papa Ed. Love y'all. Love you, too.
Love you, too.
Okay. So, yeah, good to see everyone here. We got a full house tonight, and we welcome everyone. And those of you who won pendants.
Oh, yeah, our packaging finally arrived.
Packaging came in, and the pendant, you want to maybe change the camera? So the pendants will come with a little card. I don't think they can see that.
I can put it under the camera number 2.
Under the camera.
Let's move it over to camera number 2 here.
Okay. The little pendants come with a card.
Oh, hang on.
And here's the pendant.
Okay.
So they're really cute. Let me get the camera in there.
Okay, so the pendants come with a card. The front of the card is of the Carolina Wren that Barbara painted for the Brook Green project or the Live Oak project. On the back of the card explains how we're using the glass and that it is an upcycled product and it is a byproduct of that window.
Right. So
there's no mistaking it. And then these are the pendants, the pieces of glass. That's what they look like. I'm going to set that right there, and then I'm going to read the card to you. I'm going to let Barbara read the card to you. Her voice is so much prettier than mine.
No, yours is better than mine. You got a good voice.
Bum, 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 bum.
But it basically says, thank you. Your handcrafted glass pendant is made from upcycled glass. The glass is a byproduct from the stained glass window made for the Rosen Gallery, Brook Green Gardens, Merle's Inlet. Then it has our website and our contact information for our YouTube channel.
So our winners from our pendant giveaway last week and the week prior, again, we've just been waiting on our packaging. Packaging is here. These pendants will be going out tomorrow for you.
Tomorrow, yes.
Thanks for being so patient.
Yeah.
And now these pendants will also be available if you. These are limited editions because we don't know when we'll run out of the glass because we use every bit of the glass that we bought for that project.
Got the camera.
So we want to. I'm sorry, wrong camera. Number 2. I feel like I'm on the
three cameras.
Like the news people in the morning. You know how they're looking over here talking to Bob, but the camera's over here. So anyway, hey everybody.
So we're excited about that project, and you'll be able to buy them at Brook Green Gardens.
Right.
And or through us.
Right.
We're trying to figure out how to work that out.
Yeah, we're not going to put them on the website because there's so many different colors and shapes and everything. And they sell so fast. That's way more work than we want to do. Okay. So what we're going to have is we'll have some and then if you want them, they're $25 a piece with shipping, and they are limited edition because once we run out of that glass for the Brook Green project, the Live Oak project, it's done. We're done. It's gone.
So it's kind of a neat thing.
It's kind of a neat thing. And it'll also, of course, it'll help the ARTyRV channel as well.
Mason is here. Says hello.
Hey, good to see you. Hey, Mace.
Kat St. Jane wants to know if we grind down the rough textured glass so it goes in your lead.
I do, Kat. So this is what I do though, is number 1, and we've talked about this before, I believe, is you always want to order the number 2 or what's called the high heart lead. And that will give you an extra oomph on your textured glass, especially the really difficult textures. But yes, turn the glass up on its edge at about 80 degrees and run it around your grinding wheel and just thin that edge so that even that number 2 lead will roll into it. And if it fits a little snug, it's okay. But you can take it down because basically what you're doing, Kat, is you're beveling that edge of the glass so that it fits into the lead. And the steeper the angle you use, the less of the grinding you're going to see on the finished product. So just get it up right and keep it on that edge and go around that grinder and check it out. Make sure that it all works for you. But yeah, no, change the lead, and if you can, ask your stained glass supplier to carry the number 2 or the high heart lead because it sure makes your job a lot easier.
Thank you, Jason. Jason sent us a super sticker.
Oh, thanks, Jason. Appreciate that.
Awesome explanation of that process. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate you. You just don't know how much.
You really don't.
You really don't. So that was a good...
that was really good because, when you have those things going on,
you're right in the middle of a project and you're like, oh, well,
yeah,
what am I doing now with this?
Now what do I do? And you can't hammer the lead on from one side because then it screws it up on the other. Right. So the best thing to do is lift your glass up on an angle, a little bit on an angle, and run that around. And even though I had the number 2 lead on the Brook Green Live Oak project, I still had to do that. And Barbara be like, she's like, what are you grinding? I'm like, hey, I'm grinding this edge.
It was, the
glass was hoopty-doo, and it needed to go in because we didn't want any daylight, and you don't want any daylight. So take the time to do it. That's a great question. And thank you for taking the time to grind the glass correctly on that edge to make it fit your project.
Sean, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We just got a super sticker from Sean Allen. We do appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome.
So,
and we do, like Barbara said, we do have a new video coming up, and it's all about soldering. And because that's it. Once you learn how to cut the glass, the soldering is like the number 2 nightmare of all of our dreams. It's the number 2 nightmare.
What's that?
Soldering. But once you do several miles of it, okay,
you're fine.
It's the mileage that counts. So once you do miles and miles of soldering, then it all comes together for you. So.
Brenda was saying you would want to bevel the edge on rough glass, even for foiling.
Yeah, for sure, because because y'all know about the little razors that are on the edge of textured glass, and if you don't even, once you break that glass, you still get those razors.
Yep.
And we all know what they feel like when you go to pull it in and you go to pull it in and the ripple glass is the worst one, and we all know about that.
And the ripple glass will just tear your copper foil up.
Oh yeah, it'll just ruin it. So yeah, that has to be ground anyway. Mm-hmm. But even it should be ground. Those textured glasses should be ground to save your skin on your fingers before you start fabrication. That is for sure.
Yeah, and it's even tough on your hands when you're grinding it.
Oh yeah, so, it is.
It's beautiful glass, but
and it doesn't. You know what? When you're grinding those textured glasses, it doesn't hurt to put duct tape on the last joint on every one of your fingers, except your little finger. You don't need it on there, especially your thumb and your index fingers. Please make sure that you do those things because.
Thank you, Julianne. I hate to interrupt you.
What? What's going on?
A super sticker.
Oh, thank you, Julianne. I'll definitely make you a grilled Caesar salad next time I see you. That's awesome.
And don't you want to ask us a question?
Wouldn't you like to ask us a question?
Us super stickers to ask us a question.
Any
we'll
question?
To answer.
Anything you want to know, we'll ask.
Okay.
We'll answer it.
All right. So I had another question.
Okay, Barb.
Okay, and thank you guys. We really do appreciate it.
This is awesome.
Because we might be able to get that third camera pretty soon. Okay. There was a question.
We already know which one it is. We just.
Hot solder that drips down between their project.
Okay.
That's.
Yeah. So if you have solder that drips through your project to the other side, number one, you're not cutting your glass close enough tolerances to stop that. But I can tell you a way to keep it from burning your pattern and going all the way through and spreading out. When you're soldering, especially like small sun catchers and everything, take a paper towel, wet it with water, not glass cleaner, water. Just dampen it and then lay your project on top of that. It does two things for you. It's going to keep your glass cool while you're soldering because it's damp. And if the solder does go through, it's not going to go through and spread out on the other side. It's going to go and stop. so that you're able to technically use it when you start to solder the other side. And we all know when you get to the other side, you have to move faster and cooler than you did on the first side.
Okay, that's good.
Is that right?
That's
good?
right. That's good.
Okay.
So, do we have any more questions? We'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, give us a couple of questions here. I can't wait to get back up to the upstate and start teaching stained glass classes.
When are you going to do that? Oh, we are opening up a little bit this fall. So y'all, we're going to Packlet for the Riverfest. And when we get back, we have some dates. We're going to be open here in the gallery for our stained glass and for our gallery sales. So if you're interested in that.
So those of you, we're going to be at the Packlet Riverfest on Saturday, October the 15th. That's the Packlet Riverfest, everybody. We're going to be there. So if you want to stop in and see us and say hi to the ARTyRV crew, we'll all be there.
And we'll have the pendants
and we'll have our pendants there, and you can pick them up because, again, they are limited edition. When that glass is gone, y'all, it's gone. That's it.
Karen wants to know when you're having a class.
No, I'm having a class with my grandsons.
He hasn't planned the date.
I haven't planned the date
yet.
We
will let you know because, of course, you
will be invited. We'll let everybody know.
We don't have a place to teach up
right now. Up there we don't yet, so that's another part of the process that we're working on. So,
Kat St. Jane, the stickers are at the bottom of the live feed. If you're on at the bottom, underneath of where the YouTube screen is, the stickers are there.
So, hey, everybody sitting out there in Wayback World and, not coming in or subscribing, please subscribe to our channel. Come in and join us. Join these great people that are asking us questions, and we're all having fun tonight. And we have fun every Monday night at 7 o'clock. So take a moment and please subscribe to our channel. And then once you subscribe, you'll want to go up to the top and you'll want to click on that notification bell. Because when you click on that notification bell will let you know when Barb and Ed are coming live to you and when we're putting out a new video. And we do come live every Monday night at 7 o'clock.
We do. Kat St. Jane, I guess you found that. I'm not sure, but underneath of where the video's playing, there should be a place for the maybe other people, because I can't see it when on my screen.
Okay.
So maybe somebody else could tell her where to find it. But so Karen wants to know when we're having a class.
We will.
Karen, it'll be in the
fall, probably.
It'll be in the fall, and it'll be in the newsletter. Julianne wants to know when we're coming to the upstate. It looks like we're going to be coming up
first part of August. Right?
Is it the first part of August?
Yeah, we've got to pick up some more glass
August,
for our project.
Yes.
And our lead has arrived. So rather than having our lead shipped to us at basically $72 a box just for shipping, we'll be coming to the upstate to pick up our lead and go ahead and purchase the rest of the glass for the Drunken Jacks project.
That's right. And so Karen's got a 50 amp service, and so that's exciting, Karen. So we'll come and
we
see.
need to talk about that.
To come see you, maybe give you a little refresher class.
Just a refresher class or nothing else, just to stop in and give you and Denver a big hug.
So Julianne will be up in August. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we are. We're coming up in August, but we got.
And then we'll be back.
We've got to. Yeah, we've got to check with everybody, see when everybody's going to be home.
We're going to Greer, Karen, to pick up glass. And then we'll be going to the house. But we might stop by and see you. Let's kind of get together. We could
let's talk
maybe
about it.
Stop. I don't know if we can stop on our way home or not, because we missed our Monday night live. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Well, maybe we'll do a live from Karen's workshop or something.
We might do that. I don't know. We'd have to see. We'd have to take all of the stuff.
I wouldn't want to put you all out. That'd be crazy. All of our lighting and all that
August 11th is Ed's birthday. Yeah, Jason, when's your birthday? When is Jason's birthday? The 4th?
Before mine.
The 4th?
So,
we're coming up on your birthday?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna try and be up because we've got to come up in August to get the rest of the glass. So and our lead is here.
Birthday present.
And take Jason his birthday present. And it's my treat on dinner this time. If I can see, the deal is on dinner with my son-in-law is if I don't pay for it as soon as we walk in the door,
he snatches
the check.
It's an ongoing battle.
It's an ongoing battle, but you know what? It's the battle that I love. I love it.
Okay. So always thinking about food, always thinking about his next meal. Okay. Christine is here. Hi, Christine. So are we ready for a glass chat?
We could be.
Let's do a glass chat.
Yeah, so Jason's birthday is the 3rd.
So we'll be celebrating.
I have to look it up on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll be celebrating all those birthdays.
So I think we're ready for glass chat, right?
I think we are.
Let me get this camera going here. All right. I think you're ready.
Are we ready? So, hey, everybody.
I think you're ready.
This is Ed, and welcome to Glass Chat. Tonight, I want to talk to you all about just something that will add a little bit more to your work, and about doing overlays, not with just wire, but we're going to do overlays with copper sheeting. You see this right here? So we went on a trip today and we bought some copper sheeting. We weren't able to find the copper sheeting that has the adhesive on the back of it. But what I wanted to show you is this is what we found, and this is on our website right now. This is 12 inches by 30 inches, and it's a 0.005, which is 5/1000ths of an inch. So this little sheet right here, take 5,000 of these to make an inch of copper. So this is really easy to cut. And what I wanted to show you is that you can use this copper here, whether it has the adhesive on the back of it or not. You can cut it with your scissors. Okay. And you can overlay that. We can come in and we can cut that. You can patina these, okay? So what I've done, I wanted to show you, I'm gonna move that out of the way. I wanted to show you what you can do with a border in a window. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Okay, There it is, right there. Get the glare off of it. So this is a piece of peacock blue glass, and I cut a 1-inch strip. Then I cut a 1-inch strip of copper, and I took, believe it or not, y'all, watch this. I took these hole punchers. Now, this does two things. It makes a really cool hole, but it also makes these little round balls of copper that you can solder to a piece to actually, if you wanted to get really crazy, you can make these into scales, which would be awesome. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. So you take the piece of copper, your piece of glass, and then you copper foil the copper to the glass. And then you add it into your window. The other thing you can do with this copper, and I've done this before too, is you can actually make your own stencil. That I could take this right here and I could go ahead and sandblast all of those holes, pull that piece of copper off, and then go to my next piece in the border and do the same thing. And I could do the border all the way around a window, and it would be very unusual, and people would be scratching their head trying to figure out how we did that. Anyway, I just want to let you know that you can't quite see this, but this is really beautiful on this side. It really is. And I don't have a way to get light behind this for you, but you can imagine. So, and then the other thing you can do with this copper is do your overlays like that. Now, this copper will act like any other copper because it's real copper. So like this little Christmas tree that I cut out with the scissors, I embossed it a little bit. Now I could take the torch and torch this and get those blues and purples up to the top for us if we wanted to. And then I could attach this to a window. So I could attach that to a window and over. I can make a whole forest on top of a Colorado mountain with doing these trees and cutting them out with my scissors. So anyway, what I wanted to just share that with you. Copper sheeting is available. Venture makes copper sheeting in a 12 by 12, and it's an adhesive, and it's just like copper foil, copper foil, okay? So you can see the copper on both sides. You can see the copper on both sides of this sheeting here as well, but this is just a little bit different application because it does not have the adhesive on the back of it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because, for instance, like when you're building a lamp, you can always add some sort of something around the bottom of the lamp with copper. And it will tin and it'll patina. It'll do everything that copper does. So please check out our website. If you've been wanting to try copper sheeting, order a tube of the copper sheeting, 12 inches by 30 inches. And now we're back up here. I got my director over here.
That's what we need.
Anyway, I really hope that helped you out. And y'all know this is week 6 of our show and tell for the glass for the Drunken Jacks project in Merle's Inlet. And have I got a sheet of glass for y'all this week when we get to it? Go ahead, Barb. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, huh?
No, not interrupt me. Brenda said that you can use the Cricut or Silhouette to get really crazy with the copper foil overlay. And yeah, because
you can, because the copper foil that Venture makes is really thin and it will fit in the Cricut. And we have, remember when we did the Trestle, which is the name of a restaurant here in our town, the Trestle, and it's named after the old Trestle Bridge that crosses the Waccamaw River that the kids used to dive off of and everything. Well, when we did that stained glass window for the patisserie there in the Trestle Bakery, we used silhouettes as people diving off the bridge, swimming in the water, and it was awesome. And actually we used black on that, remember?
Yeah.
So Barbara's going to bring up, she's showing
just showing you a really cute little
this little house
right
just
here.
Excites me.
It's really cute.
And
so
it's
on the right hand of the screen there's a little
and it's
box,
made
it's cute.
It's made with copper sheeting.
Yeah. So there are all kinds of, just Google it. There's all kinds of.
So just, play around with it. You can cut it with an X-Acto knife. You can cut it with scissors. You can fold it. You can bend it. You can hammer it. So many things that you can do with it. And it's really an interesting way to add something different to your stained glass windows. I'm not so sure about sun catchers, but to your stained glass windows, you can definitely add some overlays and give it some shadows. And so it's just really awesome. Brenda, thanks for chiming in on that, because it sounds like you may have used copper sheeting in the past as well. I've done it quite a few times, and you've made several different things. And I really love the overlay process.
I'd like to say congratulations to Thomas Sharp. Congratulations, Thomas. He is, I've lost part of my feed here, but he's been sober for
congratulations, Thomas.
I can't remember how many months, Thomas, but it was quite a few, and congratulations. That's quite a.
And that's congratulations from Barb and I, and I'm sure that everyone online in tonight's live stream congratulates you as well, my friend. Congratulations.
So, let's see. When soldering lead to zinc, what do you prefer? When soldering lead to zinc.
What solder do I prefer?
my messaging is going nuts and I'm losing messages here, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see what it's doing. Hang with me a minute. I don't know what it's doing. I think there's a lot here. When soldering lead to zinc, do you preheat the zinc?
Absolutely, and you're going to want to flux it a second time because you want to get that hot, and then you want to flux it a little bit, get it hot, flux it again, and then solder the lead and the zinc together. The other thing you want to use, you might want to think about using 50-50 on the zinc and lead joint because 50-50 is more flexible, okay? It has more tolerance of flexibility with it as opposed to the 60-40. Okay, so how about some more questions,
so,
Barb?
Jason said, so anything copper-based wrapped can be included in the project?
Yes. Yes, it can. Like we could take take a sheet copper and take the plasma cutter in the garage, and we could really do some crazy shapes, Jace, and incorporate them into a stained glass window.
That was 33 years that he has been sober. So congratulations. That's awesome.
That's awesome, sir. That's
and
awesome.
And you have a great stained glass business going. I can tell you're doing beautiful work, Thomas. I've been keeping up with you on Facebook. So good for you.
Yeah, so and we hope that, again, and Barb and I, we don't claim that we know everything. Our opinions on this show are tried and true and have been in the works for 36 years. So if there's a question you have about business you want to ask us, we don't claim to know everything, but let me tell you, we've been on the top, we've been on the bottom, and we've been in the middle. So we can help you and wherever you are in this journey that you're taking.
Pam Frederick is here.
Hi, Pam.
Steve 262 and Joan Marrow. She's late, but she's here.
Well, that's why we're here.
That's
because
okay.
you're
We're hanging
here.
out.
That's
We're hanging out.
We're hanging out. We're here because you're here.
Dennis Kennedy just got off of work and he's tuning in as well.
Great. It's nice to see you. And yes,
Nice
sir,
to see
that
everyone.
was the biggest snapping turtle that Uncle Ed has ever seen.
So you missed the part, Dennis, where the pendant is going out. So this week. Okay.
Yeah, so we got the packaging in for the pendant, Dennis, and now we're able to go ahead and get that pendant that was won at last week's live stream out to you. So
okay, so you want to go back to Glass Chat and you're going to show us
we can
a
piece of absolutely gorgeous glass.
Okay, give us some more Glass Chat.
I mean, I am just like beside myself as how beautiful this is. So this glass, this is another year of Burroughs, and we threw out the grapevines in this is a year of Burroughs. This is a Euro Burroughs number 2. Not 1, but 2. So what I'm going to do, which camera are we on? This
You're on your number 2 camera. Ooh, I like it.
Okay, so I want you to see that. This is a Euro Burroughs number 2. I'm going to spin it around. We're going to go to the top edge now. Isn't that awesome? Now let me just show you the best part of the sheet, I think. I have to be careful how I step because I'm still stepping lightly.
There's a lot of cords back here. There you go. Ooh, that's nice.
Look at the texture on that, y'all. Can you just see? Let me spin this around because I want you to see. I want you to see the sunset on the marsh in this sheet of glass. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay. I want you to see the sunset on this sheet in the marsh. That's awesome. Y'all, this is it. I'm sharing glass with you. It's show and tell. And I've got so much glass to share with y'all. I just can't wait to show it to you.
Okay.
1 week at a time, though, Barb.
Okay. All right.
So again, y'all, that's a Euro Burroughs number 2. I'm stepping back into the picture. That is a Euro Burroughs number 2. And in my book, it's a number 1 because I love that piece of glass.
Okay.
And we still got lots more to show you.
Yes. Vicki Graham is here.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
those colors are beautiful, aren't they?
And the way they mix
nice
them,
glass.
and the glass is so well annealed that you don't have to get scared to cut it. That's the beauty of it.
That's true.
You don't have to be afraid to cut it because the annealing process is down pat in their facility.
Okay, Karen is having trouble with her iron. She said it's locked or stuck, and Pat couldn't unscrew it. Any ideas?
Karen, does it have a set screw or a regular Phillips head screw in the side of it?
Oh, and Stephanie, we'll wait for her to answer.
Okay.
And also, Stephanie wanted to know if we were going to be teaching paperweights.
In the glass blowing studio right now, we are not going to be teaching anything back there because of the amount of work that we have to do. And we're still, we've got the materials to start up this year. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find coils or anything for the spring. So I don't know, Stephanie, but more than likely what we're going to be doing is we're going to get all of our orders out because we're steady taking orders from the Summer Nights Art by Light project in Brook Green Gardens right now. And we're not even starting to blow glass yet, but people in California, Oregon, Illinois, Indiana, they're all ordering these garden pieces from us. So we're excited about that. And so you know, we got to make sure that we do that. If we do have classes though, Stephanie, you do receive our newsletter, and Barbara will be the first one to put it in the newsletter. So.
Most likely, if we do classes, they have to be in a slow time of the year. They couldn't be during the holiday season anymore because our supply chain is limited and gas prices are high. So fuel prices are high.
Yeah, fuel,
so,
just in general.
We would probably do that like just for a short period of time, and it would be a January, February thing. And then we'd be able to get all of our work out. But we can't promise anything because of the supply chain right now.
Yeah, and we're not sure where we're at on the pricing of those projects either.
Oh, the pricing on the classes.
Pricing on the classes is has to change because we can't absorb fuel surcharges any longer.
Right. So Karen said it's a Weller 100.
Black and white. Karen, probably, yeah. So it's got a set screw in it. So what you're gonna have to do is, I hate to say this, but when you can't get that set screw out, it's gonna mess it up. But let me drop back. Those of you that have soldering irons with Allen screws and Phillips head screws in them that hold your soldering iron tip in the iron. Okay, as soon as you get that iron, take that screw out, put some Phillips milk of magnesia. That's right, you heard me. Phillips milk of magnesia in that hole and put that screw back in it. Because after you use it a couple times and the flux from the fumes from the flux get on it and everything, you'll never get that screw out. Karen, I'm sure Denver has a way to get that screw out, but you may be better off just to get you another $49 iron and then be sure to take care of it. After just starting out and learning all these new tricks and techniques, you're probably due for a new iron anyway, Karen.
That milk of magnesia in that iron.
In that screw hole will allow you to get it out. Do the same thing for your grinder head set screw. Take it out. Put Phillips milk of magnesia on it, screw it in, and leave it there.
Yeah, so it works.
It does work.
Did we do a video on that? I think we might have. I can't remember, but or we may have done it in a chat or something.
We may have done it in a chat about the grinder. No, we talked about the grinder head, changing the wheel on the grinder.
Oh, okay. Right.
But I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I
they
can't
can
keep
probably
up
tell
with
us better than we can. Okay. Can you explain why they call, this is from Brenda, can you explain why they call that glass high strike versus model versus reproduction? Strike, model, we know what model is.
Yeah, well, the model glass is made, and then reproduction glass is going to be a reproduction glass that is made to fulfill a need that's not being met any longer.
Now, are you talking about this particular glass we just showed, or
glass in general?
In general. Okay.
Yeah, because this is a modeled glass. Burroughs makes reproduction. They make reproduction Tiffany glass.
Which that may be a reproduction.
This is probably
Tiffany.
a reproduction.
And it's also
modeled.
Two different words that mean totally two different things. Reproduction means
means it's made like. Means that Tiffany, when he went down in his basement and made that sheet of glass, Burroughs said, all right, there's a blue, there's a cranberry, there's a purple, there's an amber and a white in this. Let's bring all those colors to the table and mix them and see what happens. So we get a reproduction glass, a Tiffany reproduction glass produced either by, or in conjunction, just by either Bullseye, Burroughs, or Oceana. And those guys are just like, really.
And so the other would be Strike. So Strike is
a process, right?
When certain glasses are put together.
Well, what happens in the striking means that
the chemical.
This is more of a fusing and a blowing term. Okay, fusing, when your glass will strike, because Bullseye has a glass that looks lavender, and when you fuse it, it strikes and it turns dark purple. I have a glass that we make Christmas ornaments out of that's absolutely gorgeous, but I make it strike by changing the atmosphere inside the glory hole, and it silvers the glass because it brings the metal to the surface. So striking a glass is allowing the temperature that you heat it and cool it at to change the color of the glass, and it's meant intentionally by the manufacturer.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
So some glasses strike, reds and gold strike a lot. They'll also iridize if you're not careful, right?
Yes. Which it can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your project that you're trying to work in.
Yeah, because happy mistakes happen.
Kat St. James said to take beeswax, touch the screw, let it cool a little, and it should come out.
Okay, let it melt down in there. Try that. Yeah.
Try that. Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to let y'all know about this copper sheeting that we have.
Thank you, Brent.
Is that copper,
Kat St. James. I'm sorry.
Copper, copper sheeting, the 0.005 can be manipulated and put between two pieces of glass and fused inside the glass, because when the copper sheeting is that thin, it has the same coefficiency as the glass, which means it will expand and contract and cool at the same rate of the two pieces of glass. So, and also when the copper is fired between two pieces of glass, it gives you the most gorgeous Chinese red that you have ever seen in between the two panes of glass, right, Barb?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just want to let you know, copper has the same coefficiency and expansion of glass.
So yeah, experiment with that in your kiln if you guys have a kiln. Karen Mills says she has a goofy question. Y'all are talking about fusing. Is it best to use that only number for fusing and only number for doing art, non-fusing? So do you need the coefficient glass, she said, to fuse, or it?
Well, if you're gonna start fusing, Karen, and the fusing can be confusing. Okay, so if you're gonna start fusing, you don't mix the glasses together.
You have to keep them separate.
Keep them separate. So you have a separate area in your studio for fusing, which gives you fusible glass, which is going to be your Bullseye tested compatibles, your Burroughs tested compatibles, your Wismac tested compatibles. Wismac, keep in mind, only makes a 90 coefficient. They don't make a 96. So what you have to decide when you're starting to fuse is, are you going to use 96 or 90? They both have the same realm and lots of colors and everything else, but you have to make that choice because the 90 won't fit to the 96.
Unless you're using the new Spectrum.
Unless you're using the new Spectrum.
Or Oceanside.
Oceanside, yeah. So you have to be real careful with it. There are certain glasses that we don't even bring in our studio because we don't want them to get mixed up. And mainly those glasses are in the glass blowing area. So
yeah, you don't want to get them mixed up.
Right. So like we don't bring Pyrex in the building because we don't want to mix it with anything else.
We have no use for it.
Yeah, that's right. we don't make pipes and stuff, so we don't have any use for all that.
Anyway, okay. So do we have any more questions?
Karen, I hope that helps you out with your soldering iron, hon, because
she said that Denver hasn't built the kiln yet, so she's waiting.
Oh, well, say, let me tell you.
The Ed/Denver kiln.
Yeah, the Ed/Denver kiln. There's a book called Glass Notes. It's made, the author is Henry Halem. Mm-hmm. If you want to get a good book on how to build your own kiln, order that book. It's probably $100. It may even be $200. But it's a good book, and it's how to build everything you need, whether you're doing annealing, fusing, anything in the glass studio.
I was going to see if I could find it, but every time I try to do that,
I lose
something else. So I'm not going to do that, or I would look for it.
So we're not going to do that.
Yeah, Glass Notes by
We're going to put a little
Henry
Christmas
Halem.
tree here for Barbara.
Oh, it's not cute.
Oh, Christmas. Now that's a stained glass. That's an copper overlay.
On the mic.
On the microphone. A copper overlay.
Okay, cool. Oh, Karen said her anniversary's coming up. So
there
that's a good one, right? And then keep in mind, you can always, if you're using glass, the same type of glass on the same type of glass, you don't have to worry about it because you're not mixing it.
Right. If you use a piece of blue glass that you just put in a window and you take another piece of that same blue glass, you can fuse those together, no problem.
And then you can slump them and you can make like a bowl or a vase.
Yeah, you don't have
that's a good way to start.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money on fusible compatible glass because it goes from, like, let's just say fusible compatible glass goes from $8 a square foot where you're building stained glass windows to $28 a square foot. Some of it, not all of it, but some of it. It gets really expensive. So, and there's a lot of talent out there with the fused glass industry, but there's also a lot of talent out there that are doing little fused pieces and adding them to their work to enhance their work too.
So the question,
not strictly
so
fusing.
Dennis said, so you can't use regular stained glass to blow glass.
No, you cannot.
No, you cannot. Because our base glass has a certain coefficient of expansion.
Right.
So all of our color has to have that same coefficient of expansion.
Right. So our glass batch, our clear glass that goes in our furnace, is manufactured in New Zealand, and it's shipped. It comes to this country and it's distributed, and then it's got 13 different components in it, and it has a coefficiency of 89. So what we do is our color we use is a German manufacturer called Rickenbach, and their compatibility is 90. So they fit 89 to 91 will fit a 90 to 92. So
the exception to that is if you're using Bullseye and you're using their nuggets and you use their tested compatible glass,
and then you can take blown glass out of the furnace and add sheet glass to it, and it'll work.
Yeah,
and we've done that in the past because we used a different.
Well, we could use Bullseye with ours, but it's just so expensive. Yeah, we're better off buying the color in bulk. It's just the process is.
We buy a couple kilos of it at a time instead of a sheet, and we don't have to. Once we get that kilo in our hand, that's it. It's done. We don't have to cut it. We don't have to break it. We don't have to do anything to it. What we have to do is enjoy it, and that's usually what we do.
Denver told Karen no on the kiln. Stick with the art. No slumping or whatever. Oh, he'll come around.
By the way,
you
Karen,
guys look cut up.
I have a
spots. Oh, I don't know. Is it my shirt or something?
We look what?
Cut up. So are we having
Is our internet slowing down? Or are we getting like sunspots or something?
Does anyone else see that? Okay. So you guys are fantastic, and thank you guys for
Every
coming
one
out
of you.
tonight. That is awesome.
So do we have Oh, so those of you that didn't answer the question, let's take a minute and go ahead and see if you can answer it. I was just wondering.
Problem, you think?
I don't know. I just wanted to know what style glass cutter that everybody uses. Most of you answer, and it seems to be about half and half on the pistol grip and on the pencil grip. So
on this end, it looks like my camera's working okay. How about you guys?
How's everything working out there in TV land, everybody?
Let us know if it's not working right. Have you ever used, Brenda wants to know if you ever used a small microwave kiln. She's thought about it for small projects.
I have not ever used one, but we have customers that make jewelry with them. And it'll work. And it's probably a good way to start.
I think so.
I think it's a great way to start out
because it's affordable and you can get a quick start and you can
teach yourself a lot.
And I would say
I would say yeah too.
Julie says she's got a good signal. Ray just got here. Hey Ray.
Hey Ray.
Okay, so Dennis wanted to know if we've heard of Whimsy glass. I have not heard of it. He said it's a real big thing up in Maine. Brenda says she uses a pistol grip. She uses the two of them. She has two of them.
Okay.
Christine has never tried a pencil grip.
Okay.
And they're saying it looks good to them. So, Karen, maybe there's a sunspot or.
Yeah, we could be getting a sunspot.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that new rocket they just launched the other morning. Probably disturbing something.
So Ray was late, but that's okay, Ray. You can watch the rerun.
Yeah, you can watch the rerun, but also, tonight we want to do our viewer showcase. And so Ray, we're glad you tuned in, buddy.
I was going to play this at the beginning of the show, and I'm glad I waited.
So here we go. Viewer showcase from ARTyRV, Barb and Ed.
I don't really have a viewer showcase, but I do have this.
We just wanted to share everybody with this.
This sweet stained glass window. I believe this is Ray's first leaded panel.
This is his first lead cane window. Ray is a very talented lamp builder and fabricator and designer. But we wanted to showcase his cactus because it's his first lead panel and it's awesome. Ray, I'm so glad you tuned in tonight so that we could share this. Yeah, you shared that with us, and now we're sharing it with everybody.
So that turned out good, Ray. That was just in time. I'm glad you came because I didn't want to show it without you being here. So that's great.
Yeah, if we'd have showed it while you weren't here, that wouldn't have been very nice, would it?
That's okay. Okay. So do we have any more questions, or have I missed any questions, you guys? The comments were moving so quick there for a while that there we go. Okay.
Ray, I'm sorry. We should have let you know ahead so you could grab the wife and bring her in the room.
He can show her the rerun.
Yeah.
Okay. Patricia says she uses the pistol grip. Stephanie said she loves that. Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it? I love that because it's just brightens your day when you look at something.
Yeah. So, hey, if anybody would like to get involved in our viewer showcase, just let Barbara tell you how to do it because I'm liable to mess it up.
Just go to conwayglass.com/ARTyRV and send me a message. Go there, you'll see where it says send us a message. Just send me a message, say I want to send you a photo, and I'll get back to you and give you the link.
Send us up to 3 photos and we'll be happy to get them on. And again, it's like your questions. If you have questions, get them to us during the week, but get them to us before 6 p.m. on Sunday so we can be sure to get them online for you on Monday night's live stream.
Yeah.
So I want to take a moment and say hi to our good friends Scott and Tom Veers in Northern Virginia. Glad to have you guys tuning in tonight. I hope everything's well. Sending hugs to you.
Oh goodness, there was something else I wanted to tell you guys, and now I've lost track. Dennis said, that's a good question, Ray. I don't have any way to do that, but yes, you can. You can. Yes, you can. You can do that. I can fix it. I'm pretty sure I can make that work for you, Ray. But let me check and see if I can do that. Dennis said he hasn't cut glass in 20 years since we were on 4th Avenue. He doesn't remember the type of glass cutter.
A pencil grip, Dennis. Uncle Ed showed you how to cut glass on a pencil grip.
Thank you, Ray. That is very generous of you, and we look forward to the membership. I know what it was about the membership. Everyone that joins the membership between now and August the 1st, the first week in August, we're going to do consultations, 15-minute consultations. We'll start taking appointments for all of our members. So join up, and as long as you're a member, by August the 1st,
we'll do a 15-minute consultation by phone.
Just that month, and we'll see how it goes. We'll do a 15-minute consultation. It's not in your perks. You won't see it in the perk, but that's just something extra we want to give you an incentive to do.
Yeah,
so
because, that, like, again, you don't have to be a member to participate with us, because that's not what it's about. What that membership does is it's going to create a little bit of a revenue for us so that we can get another camera and we can get some more lighting, and we can make our show better for you, because you guys are great and we want to be great for you.
I have one more thing. I did have a question about the lamp books, and the really good lamp book that we really like is no longer being published.
It's not being published. Yeah.
I did notice that I did find this one at...
Oh, is that the Northern Lights, Barb?
Yes.
Yeah. So any of the Wardell publications, and they have published a lot of books, and Barbara and I have a lot of their books. But the Wardell publications are really good lamp books, right, Barb?
Yeah, I think they're really good.
So if you've never put a lamp together and you want to learn how to do one, buy one of their books. The full-size patterns there and the step-by-step instructions for you to dress up your living room or dining room with a brand new lamp.
Yeah, a lot of people teach themselves how to do stained glass by using Wardell books. I mean, they have very good instructions.
Wardell publications are just really good instructional books for you to learn from.
We have some on our description. So, do we have it? Oops, I got more comments. Let's see if I can get to them.
You have to move that over, don't you? Is that how it goes?
Have to move what over?
There, you did. You slid the screen up. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Don't let me touch a button, because then we would disappear. Y'all might ever.
Do they have Tiff B? I like your name, BS. Do they have Tiffany style lamps in the Wardells? No.
Not in the books, but you can go to your stained glass supplier, and they still make the Tiffany style. The dragonfly, the peony, the rose, all of the wisteria, all of those lamps are available. The patterns and the molds are available to you through your stained glass supplier. And actually, Wardell makes the molds and stuff, so you just have to go to your stained glass supplier to get them. Try Franklin Art Glass. I'm sure they sell lamp molds. And you'll try Sunshine Glass Limited up in Buffalo. Try those two out first and see if they can help you, because I know that they all stock lamp parts and they all stock lamp forms. Mm-hmm. And you'll find most of the lamps that come with a form are either 4 or 6 repeats, depending on the size of the lamp that you've chosen. So,
Yes, Dennis, you can pay with a debit card. Okay, my messages are going like this, but Karen said she had to switch over to Facebook because YouTube was messing her up.
Okay, and we have a 10-minute lag on Facebook, I think, right?
Yes. And then Ray agreed Wardell books are the best.
Oh, thank you, Ray.
And BS said they love Sunshine. Yeah, we do too. We've been doing business with them for I know. And
guess what? For the first time, 30.
Oh, we're going to get to meet
34
Scott.
years. We're going to get to meet Scott, one of the owners. Him and Barbara own Sunshine Glass, but we are going to get to meet Scott in Corning in July. So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
Because we're going up for the Stained Glass Guild Association conference, and we're looking forward to it. So.
Okay. Do we have any more questions?
Oh, hey, BS. Let Sunshine know that you tune into our channel.
Yeah.
When you go to them, please let them know that you do tune into their channel, and we do mention them.
Yeah.
Please.
We'd like them to sponsor.
We'd like them to sponsor, the channel, but and if you'll let them know that you watch the channel, that may help us along because we're meeting with Scott in July. So.
Karen said we need to have a stained glass tour. Yeah, we do. Maybe our membership can put that together. Oh, there's so many things that we can do. We have a great group here.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll talk about that face to face.
Yeah, we've been wanting to do it. We've been wanting to do a coffee table book, not about coffee tables, but about stained glass windows that we have designed, manufactured, and installed over the last 36 years. So.
B said that she goes there a lot and she will tell me.
Thank you so much, B. We appreciate
it.
Ray
wants to know what's for supper. You know what, Ray? I don't know what's for supper.
I don't know, Ray.
What'd you have? Leftovers. What did everybody else have for supper tonight? I think we're having leftovers. So
do we have time for a story?
Yeah, of course.
Everybody ready for us? This is those of you that eat steak will love this story. So last Monday, before we came to the live stream, I went into our local grocery store and I went by the meat department and I saw this. Honestly, y'all, I looked at it. With the bone, it was a ribeye, tomahawk ribeye that was about 18 inches long. 3.17 pounds of beef on that bad boy. And I looked at it, $49.75. I was like, well, we won't be eating that no matter how good it looks. So anyway, I went ahead.
A piece of steak that big.
Yeah, because Barbara eats like 4 ounces when we eat steak, and I eat maybe 8. So anyway, I grabbed what I needed to grab, and I left. I went back in on Wednesday, and that piece of steak was still there. It's still $49. So I came out and I told Barbara about it. She's like, "Wow, that's no wonder it's not selling. It's $50." So anyway, this past Friday, okay, excuse me, this past Friday, I told Barbara, I said, we'll run by the grocery store before we go home for lunch, grab a loaf of bread, and then we'll go home. So I went in the grocery store. This is 11:30, y'all, on a Friday. I walked back through the meat department. The ribeye is turned around this way, so the bone is sticking out. Okay,
can't see the price.
Can't see the price. So I reached in, I grabbed the bone, I turned it around. Y'all, on that was a big red sticker that said Butcher's Premium, $16.59. I put that thing in my, I would have put it in my pocket if I'd have had one big enough. But I grabbed a hold of that thing. So for $16, we got a almost 3.5 pound ribeye. That was just unbelievable.
It was very good.
We didn't eat the whole thing. We still have quite a bit of it left. So yeah, but anyway, I wanted to tell you all that. So when you go to the meat market and that thing is way too much for you, keep checking. It took, and when I was checking out, the butcher came walking down the center aisle. He said, "That's a nice piece of meat." I said, "Yeah, I've been watching it for a week." Anyway, that's my story tonight. Has nothing to do with glass, but it makes me happy. And if I'm happy, everybody should be happy.
Ray said patience is a virtue.
Thank you, Ray.
Karen said that's a Denver size steak.
Yeah, it is.
Denver price. Discount me. Discount me. Yeah, that's right, Brent.
Well, you can't get a kiln if you don't, discount your beef. So.
Yeah, you got to save money.
Got to save some money somewhere.
And still eat good. Oh gosh. Yeah, so that was a bargain.
And I cooked it so well. It was absolutely gorgeous, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful steak. It still is. It's in the refrigerator. Now I'm getting hungry because I'm hearing about steak and hamburgers and green beans and lasagna.
Oh, we might have to go get a salad. I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to go to dinner.
I might have to take Barbara out to dinner tonight because
I got new shoes.
She's got new shoes.
I did. I got new shoes.
And you know what? I'm not going to tell you what size, but I just changed pant sizes again. So I'm really happy.
So he's happy.
And if you can see, my shirts are getting too big. So I'm going to go, I get to go clothes shopping and get new shirts this week. Yeah. And I get to get new pants because I've dropped another size. I hope nobody found it.
I'm not. Okay. Go eat.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. And don't forget, please subscribe to our channel. Subscriptions are more important than you may even think that they are. And once you subscribe, please go up to the top of the page, click on that bell, on that notification bell, because I'm getting ready to ring it. And we want you to be aware that that notification bell will tell you when Barb and I are coming live. And so keep in mind, those of you that are going to be in the Corning, New York area during the American Glass Guild
the
conference, please check us out.
Yeah, let us know you're going to be there.
Let us know you're going to be there, and we will we'll be looking out for you. We'll say hello. We won't be taking the RV just because it's going to be about $2,500 in gas to get there.
We'll be spending a day in the museum, and we have a class.
And we'll be spending a day in the
library. I'm not going to do the library.
We're not going to do the library.
No, I'm going to have the books sent here.
That's great. That's right.
I want to spend more time in the museum because I have a lot of glass I have to see.
Right. And that's what we want to do. So don't forget, notification button makes you ring that bell.
Jason, you must have had a really good week there in Spartanburg. Thank you so much. You are a doll, baby.
Crazy, man.
You guys.
Crazy.
Okay.
All right. By the way, Karen, we have a 30 amp service at our house in Packlet.
He has a thing
but I have the reducer, so I can go. We can plug into your 50 and drop it to 30. We're good. Papa Ed has all the parts.
Thank you guys for all the super stickers and sending all that love. And we really do appreciate you guys.
There is so much love out there, y'all. I can't even believe it. I mean, I can't even believe it.
So yeah, because it's much appreciated. And that third camera, that's what we need. We're setting up a new YouTube booth too. So you'll see the upgrades that are coming. And
our stained glass retail shop will be opening in September. So we're looking forward to that.
September? I thought it was stained glass.
Stained glass.
Stained glass, yes.
The gallery will be opening
yes, Jason.
October, after October 15th, which
when we get back.
When we get back from the upstate after going shopping, then the gallery will be open on Wednesdays only. And we will be, what will we be doing?
I don't
crazy.
know. I think you.
Anyway, we got a lot of things coming up.
We'll have all the dates.
Trying to do everything for everybody.
We're all on the same page, but we don't have the dates in front of us, so that might be a little bit off. I'm trying to see.
And the store online store for the Christmas ornaments will open October 15th.
When we get back from the Packlet River Fest.
Right.
Is when the store will open.
November 15th. That's when it opens. I'm sorry. Because when we come back, we'll be turning the furnace on.
Oh, that's right.
And we'll be blowing glass, and it'll take us about 2 to 3 weeks to get inventory made up to be selling and shipping Christmas ornaments all over the world again this year.
He said that was him paying for dinner. Oh, that's smart. Go ahead and pay him now.
That's good, Jason. You are quick, my friend. That's good. That's real good.
You're bad.
Jason, I just cannot wait to see
like
you guys in August.
Okay.
Yeah. So you make me feel like I'm paying for dinner, but you already got it.
It's okay. It's all good.
It's all good. That third camera is coming really soon. I see it coming.
Okay. So we're going to have to go because I can't see any of the comments. See how it's cutting them off? Okay. Please not October 1st through 8th. She will be gone. No, it's going to be the 15th, right? In Packlet. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see each other.
That's in August, yeah.
No, we're talking about in
River
October.
Fest, October 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We're going to get.
That's one thing that we definitely have. It's for sure, and that's the Packlet River Fest on Saturday, October 15th. We'll have our live oak pendants there.
We'll have our
limited edition pendants will be there. And like I said, if you want to get the limited edition pendant here at Conway Glass, you can just let us know in the box, and they're $25, including shipping. Own a part, not of history, but own a part of a stained glass window that's installed in one of the nation's top 10 sculpture gardens, and will be there forever. So something that Barb and I are really proud of, and y'all can share that sentimental value with us. So we're excited.
Okay, so some of these messages are cut off, and I can see that. Julie, you've sent me a message. I can't see it because the messages are getting messed up. So sorry about that. Maybe I can. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
everybody.
Appreciate it. And we will see you next week on Monday night.
Yeah.
We're working on a video about soldering.
Yeah, the videos, those of y'all that maybe took film editing in college or something, a movie just doesn't go together. So, and
I'm sorry.
The star of the movie is never ready. And my director is really on me about that. So I'm trying to stay ready all the time at a moment's notice to be videoed.
He's so busy, and to get him, but we are working on it. We're putting it together. We have some new systems in place, so we hope to be bringing you more.
It's all coming together. It's getting together in one big pile, and we are so happy about it. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Remember that we can't do this without you, and your subscriptions matter. Thumbs up for Barb and Ed, and thumbs up to you guys too. Please don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget. Okay, we'll see you Monday night.
Monday night.
Bye. Thank you all. We appreciate you.